Hey guys, it's Sarah from She's Crafty and She Knows It, and today I'm going to show you how to make this floral peace sign wreath. So I went ahead and bought the plain wreath at Michael's as well as the flowers. I found these sticks outside that I'm going to use. If you can't find any sticks around you, you can buy this little kind of coiled up bunch of little twigs in there. It's at Michael's as well. I will put the links to everything in the description below this video, but you could use that if you don't have any sticks. I'm just going to cram these sticks right in here. I'm not even going to attach them with wire. I have already kind of trimmed them down to the right size. When I say trimmed, I do not mean I used trimmers. I mean that I used my hands to snap them to the right size. And one of them was a little bit thicker and was too hard for me to do with my hands. And so I stood on it with my feet and used my hands to then snap it. Super classy over here. And so now that these sticks are kind of crammed in there where they need to go, I'm going to use this twine to attach the sticks together. So I'm just going to wrap a piece around one of the small sticks and kind of tie it in a knot to keep it attached to the longer vertical stick, and then do the same for the other small stick, just using the twine to wrap it around and tie a knot. And that way you're kind of stabilizing those two smaller sticks and attach them to the larger stick. And now I'm just going to cut a really long piece of twine, and this one I'm going to just wrap around in kind of any form or fashion to completely make it stable. And so I kind of just wound all the twine up into a little ball so I can move it more easily together, so you're not dragging a 6-foot long piece around, but just kind of wrap it around and around until it seems super firm and stable. And then you're going to be able to flip it over to the back and tie it off in a knot. Okay guys, so now comes the really fun part of putting the flowers on the wreath. So I bought some tiny flowers that kind of look like baby's breath, some medium-sized flowers that look more like ranunculuses, and then some wispier, longer things that I thought would make good filler and kind of give it more of that boho vibe, which I knew I wanted. I knew that I wanted my wreath to be all neutrals, but obviously you can do whatever color scheme you want. I also knew that I kind of wanted the wreath to have flowers only on one half of it. But once again, you can put the flowers wherever you want them, use whatever colors you want, and just make this your own. This is where you get to have your creativity go wild and make it exactly what you want. So I'm going to show you how I'm just kind of sticking the little filler, the flowers in there as I go. I am not using wire or hot glue to attach everything because I'm kind of just doing it as I go, and I don't know exactly where I want everything. I don't know how it's going to end up. So you're just going to kind of watch me trimming things down, sticking them in places. Every now and then I'm going to pull something out if I don't like where it is and put it somewhere else. Oh, and I should mention that you definitely need a pair of scissors and some wire cutters. So for the wispier kind of things that I have right here, the bottom is kind of like grass, and scissors definitely cut through it. I do not need the wire cutters for that, but some of the little floral bouquets have wire inside of the stems, and you will need a pair of wire cutters to cut through them. So I will link wire cutters in the description below this video in case you don't have any, but I'm sure most of you already have a pair around the house. And as you're cutting the flowers down, it's important to remember that you want to leave the stems long enough that you can kind of stick them into the wreath and they're not just going to fall right off. So if you cut them really short, you're not going to have enough to kind of stick in there for the wreath to really grab it. So definitely leave the stems a few inches long to really get them stuck into the wreath. Okay guys, so now it's time for my little disclaimer. I am not a professional wreath maker, and you do not need to be a professional wreath maker to make a super cute wreath. So just go to the store or order your supplies online, pick out your wreath, whatever flowers you think are pretty, and just cut them down to size, start sticking things in different places and see how it looks and play around with it. But I know a lot of us, it's easy to think, I can never make a wreath that looks like that, or you see things on Pinterest or Instagram and you kind of think, I don't even know where to start. So this is nothing fancy. I last second decided to record this for you guys. I already had all the supplies. I was planning on making it anyways, and I kind of thought, hey, what if somebody out there thinks that they can't do this? I just want to show you how easy it is. It's so simple. I threw the little peace sign part in there in the middle because I just thought it was super cute. I wanted something that, like I said, kind of had more of a boho, kind of fun vibe. You can obviously leave the peace sign part out of it if you wanted to, or you could do, like I said, some super bright pink, orange, yellow, springtime flowers. You could do whatever you want. But I just wanted to give you a little bit of inspiration and kind of just boost your confidence that if you haven't made a wreath before, you totally can do it. You got this, I promise. Okay, and you can see right here how I'm using the wispier pieces to kind of fill in the little empty spots. So it is helpful to buy either something that's kind of wispy like this or some tiny stuff, kind of like baby's breath, no matter what color it is, to kind of fill in some empty spots that look a little bit bare. And you can totally go back at the end and fill in everything at the end if you want to. And just kind of, like I said, do it as you go. Little by little, you'll kind of realize maybe it needs a touch of this up here or a little bit of this down there. And it's just kind of like a do it as you go kind of craft. So even if you had a vision laid out in your mind, I feel like 9 times out of 10, the vision I had in my mind, it always turns out a little bit different. And in my opinion, usually turns out better because you really can't plan ahead exactly how it's going to look until you use your specific flowers on your specific wreath. So even if you have an idea or you see somebody else's idea on Pinterest, unless you have the exact same flowers that they used, it's hard to, to replicate something exactly. So just get the flowers that you want and make it your own. Okay guys, so this looks pretty much the way I want it. It's kind of what I had in my mind. It actually turned out better than I thought it was going to. And now I'm just going to use some of those tiny little kind of baby's breath type flowers and some more of the wispier things to just fill in any spots that seem a little bit more bare than I'd like. So this is kind of the final, look it over, see if anything is missing, and put it where you want it to go. Okay, I think I'm just going to add a few more of these little wispy things up around the top to kind of have it curve around a little bit more. And then I think I'll pretty much be done. Okay guys, so that's it. I love how it turned out. I hope that you do too. Don't forget that I'll have all the supplies linked in the description below this video. I will try my very best to link all of the specific flowers that I used in case you want to use those same flowers and order them online. And don't forget, you do not need to be a professional wreath maker to make a cute wreath. So go ahead and take a stab at it. And then share your wreaths on Instagram and tag me at She's Crafty and She Knows It so that I can see your beautiful creations. And if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and make sure you subscribe for more videos. Bye guys!